Man, white people, they do not stop. They do not quit. They are on their job 24/7. So this is, I already gave the title, this is Beyonce's Face, Voluntarily Darkened, or Fashion Shoot. Beyonce is featured on the new cover of noted French fashion magazine, L'Officiel Paris. The publication is celebrating its 90th anniversary. Wow. Miss Knowles joins the festivities by paying tribute to Nigerian musician and human rights activist Fela Kuti. Apparently, she went to see the Broadway show Fela and was inspired to use his music as an influence on her upcoming album. The magazine photo shoot is tied in somehow with an African queen theme. According to a statement from the mag, far from the glamorous Sasha Fierce, the beauty posed for the magazine with amazing fashion designers' clothes, but also in a dress created by her mother. It is a return to her African roots. As you can see on the picture on which her face was voluntarily darkened. All the pictures will be available in the collector edition on sale at the end of this month. While this is not blackface in the traditional sense, it still raises so many questions. Why didn't she go whole hog and have her body painted too? Is this yet another case of how much fashion loves blackface? Is it still blackface when the woman is black? ? Is it still offensive when it's meant as a tribute? Some thoughts. It's fun to play with fashion and makeup, and fashion has a history of provocation and pushing boundaries. But when you paint your face darker in order to look more African, in quotes, aren't you reducing an entire continent full of different nations, tribes, cultures, and histories into one brown color? What makes someone black, or African for that matter, is not her skin tone. The African diaspora reaches from Brazil to Haiti to the United Kingdom and Pakistan. It's one thing to feel moved by Fela Kuti and quite another to treat blackness as a fashion accessory like a pair of glittery heels you put on because it looks cool. What if Beyonce were an Asian singer painted to look like a geisha or given exaggeratedly almond eyes? Perhaps even more important, by painting Beyonce's face darker, aren't the French fashion editors basically treating her like they would a white model, i.e. a blank palette object on which to place concepts, and not an actual authentic black person with African heritage? It's tough to pin down whether the face darkening, along with the tribal cheek stripes and cheetah jacket, probably from Gucci, is offensive, exactly, or just in poor taste. I only know that I don't like it, and instead of wearing an African dress designed by her mom, I wish Beyonce had worn something by a designer like the ones showcased at Arise Africa Fashion Week. On the upside, maybe people who never heard of Fela will discover some awesome music. But since Beyonce's skin looked a lot lighter in L'Oreal ads and women like Aishwarya Rai Bachchan and Gabourey Sidibe had their faces lightened from magazine covers. I didn't hear about the latter, those two females having their faces lightened. And black models are so rarely seen on designers' runways. The message we're getting from the fashionadas is that it's bad to actually have dark skin, but totally cool to pretend you have it. I'll make sure I read that last sentence so people get it clear. Black models are so rarely seen on designers' runways. The message we're getting from the white people who run the fashion industry is that it's bad to actually have dark skin, but totally cool to pretend you have it. This is, again, this is at Jezebel.com by Dodai Stewart, Dodai, Dodai Stewart. She's a non-white female, and this is posted on February 21st. February 21st, so that was yesterday. Again, this was in, as the article said, French magazine. The image is from that magazine shoot. I could see white people clowning really hard with this and passing it off and saying, "Oh yeah, this is a tribute to Fela Kuti and this is artistic." Like, white people are real slick with that, to reel you in and just act like they're here to do good work. Nobody's trying to be racist. You're just making it up. Again, if you look at this, it looks exactly like Josephine Baker. Anytime they snatch a black person in to be a model, now it's time to pull out all of the zebra prints and cheetah costumes and something that looks like they've got a bone in your neck. All of their racist Tarzan imagery is Daryl Bane all over again. Black people, if we got to have black people, we got to have gold teeth and spears and bananas. I mean, we can't have, how you going to have black people and not have gold teeth and cheetah outfits? I mean, that's just crazy. You're talking crazy. This is the same, just standard material. And I think, and it's not even about bashing Beyonce. I hope no one takes it that way, because it's not about that at all. What I said at the very beginning, she is a victim of white supremacy. I hope with this program, regardless if you're listening, regardless if you decide that you're going to make an effort to do something to replace white supremacy with justice, which I hope people listening will do that. Regardless of what you do, I hope people listening will at minimum understand Gus might be crazy. His show is kind of whack. I listen because at least he will have other people on and he won't, try to overtalk the guest. At least he'll shut up and I'll actually get to hear whoever is on the program. But at minimum, there is a system of white supremacy. And I at least am going to try my best to make correct, logical decisions as a victim of white supremacy that will at least, be to my benefit, the benefit of non-white people, and hopefully pushing in some small way in the direction of replacing white supremacy with justice. Like, if you're going to be, whatever, a lawyer, a doctor, a pharmacist, whatever you're going to be, counter-racist, whatever, I hope you will understand system of racism, white supremacy. If I'm going to be an entertainer, white people come up I know we're in a system of white supremacy, but I'm just trying to do my thing and make my albums or what have you. They come at me with blackface. Come on now. I'm not that. I'm not doing the blackface thing. Yeah. I know these white people in charge. I'm not doing blackface. No, let's talk about something else. If you're going to be an entertainer, yeah, do my parts, whatever. No, I'm not getting an address. Thank you. Missed that part. Let's talk about something else. Whatever field you go into, I hope that this program will help you to become more informed so you can make better decisions. I think really at minimum with Halle Berry and most likely with 99.9% of victims. Same thing Dr. Cambon said yesterday. He wasn't really around anyone who was talking about racism, white supremacy. He just didn't have access to accurate information about the planet in which we live. And I think that's most likely true for most victims. It was definitely true for myself. So I hope as we get better, as we become more informed, there will be fewer and fewer non-white people who will be confused about what's happening, and they will not make these decisions and end up, plastered on a magazine in a chimpanzee, suit or something crazy, supporting racism, white supremacy. That is the goal. And, that's the way we can judge progress. If we see a decrease in these sorts of images because fewer victims are willing to do them, we're on the right path.